Good morning everyone, it's me again, Clem from clemtravlog, and today I'm going to introduce you the Kororoit Creek Trail, one of the signature cycling trail in Western Melbourne.
Voila! It's Clem from clemtravlog.
So this road is Jamieson link and this is Kororoit Creek Trail. I'm at the western end of the trail. I'm going to start to ride to the southeastern end. So Kororoit Creek Trail is a roughly 28 kilometers trail, runs along Kororoit Creek on my right hand side now, in between Jamieson link in Caroline Springs and Barnes Road in Altona North. On this trail is a bit rolling hill, and I will tell you along the trail which suburb I went through, and also tell you some simple name origin of the suburb, as well as show you some historical landmark along the trail that I will pass through. And also there's 3 connected trail connected to this trail, and I will show you the location, so give you a bit of idea where you can turn in, where you can connect to. So now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm next to Jamieson Links in Caroline Springs, the suburb of Caroline Springs. So Caroline Springs, named after a 19th century philosopher who built shelters on Ballarat Road for the gold rush gold diggers. Her name is Caroline Chisholm. So by the way, Kororoit Creek Trail is also a very complicated trail, as there's one part that's actually been interrupted. That means that it's not connected. I will show you how to detour to connect into the second part of the trail. You come to this section, there's a bridge, you have to turn right and you're going to cross Stony Hill Creek, another creek. And at the front there's an intersection. When you turn left, you can connect into another trail, Stony Hill Creek Trail, that get you to Melbourne Highway. So in this intersection, turn right, continue into Kororoit Creek Trail. So Kororoit Creek is still on my right hand side. You see it's a rolling hill trail, up and down, but not much elevation. So this part of Kororoit Creek Trail is actually more like a pedestrian shaped path, so you have to be careful. It's a bit more narrow than normal trail, and there's no middle dividing line. So just in case there's a lot of pedestrians, sometimes there's a lot of people walking around here, the local community, and there's a lot of blind spot, so don't go too fast. So Kororoit Creek Trail actually runs both sides of the trail as well. This is the northern side, and there's another part of the trail actually run on the southern side of the creek. So you can choose 2 different ways. Look, a lot of obstructions, so you have to be careful, narrow. So there's another bridge. On the bridge, we have to cross the bridge to cross Kororoit Creek to the other side, to connect it into the southern side. It's a better connection. So now I'm going to cross the road. Okay, you can go down from here, but I choose to go from this side, cross the bridge to get to the southern side of the trail. That's why I say it's a better connection trail, because if you go through that side, you will need to cross the road of Caroline Springs Boulevard. By using this way, you cross under the bridge, so it's easier. So now turning here, back to Kororoit Creek Trail. Now I say now I'm on the southern side of the trail. So at this intersection, make sure you turn left to connect into the trail. You go straight, we go up to the Caroline Springs Boulevard. So narrow, sharp turn, be careful, ring the bell. Okay, so now we're going to cross under Caroline Springs Boulevard. On my left is the Kororoit Creek. So this trail is good for cycling as well, family cycling, and good for walking, jogging in the early morning. It's a good place for recreation. See, there's some outdoor gym spot being built. So now it's around 8 o'clock in the morning. That's why you can see start to have people walking around for early morning exercise. So at the front, you can see there's a bridge. There's one of the main road in Caroline Springs, Westwood Drive. That's where the interrupt part begins. So I'm going to show you how to detour and give you a bit of explanation. Right now we're going to cross Westwood Drive. Thank you. So going this way is actually a continue of a new part of Kororoit Creek on the southern side, but is actually just a short one, so it never connect all the way to the other part. So we usually go through this way to cross Kororoit Creek and then get on the detour way to get connect to the second part. So once we cross Westwood Drive on my left hand side and the Kororoit Creek, we actually left Caroline Springs and entering the suburb of Burnside. So once you cross the Kororoit Creek, there's a small lane here, turn right here to start the detour, and then turn right here to get into Albion Drive. So this suburb Burnside, it was believed to be named after the suburb Burnside in Adelaide, and both suburbs have the similarity of having the suburb next to a creek. And also the word Burnside is an amalgamation of a Scottish word for creek. At the front is the intersection of Tenterfield Drive. So once you reach this intersection, turn right here into Tenterfield Drive. So come to this roundabout, turn right here into Cunningham Chase. So this shape path leads to the front to all the housing area. So technically when the path is located at the front of the housing area, it's considered a footpath, normal shape path. So it's technically against the law to ride on the footpath. So I will get off once it reach the front, as you may get fined if the police see you, and it's dangerous. Unless you are riding with a 13 years old, under 13 years old, then you're allowed to ride on the shape path. So now I get on the road to Cunningham Chase. So this is all the confusion detour area. You have to be careful. If you turn wrong, you might end up turning somewhere else. I spent a few time riding on this route, and I got lost for a few times until I really recognized where to turn to get back into the trail. So this intersection is the intersection of Cunningham Chase and Batman Street. So just be careful. Alright, that's the footpath to cross. So once you cross this fence, you actually enter another suburb, Kings Park. Slow down, make sure no bikes are coming out. Get out, back to the road, turn right to the road, continue south. Okay, at the front, there's another intersection, Shepherd Grove. Turn right into Shepherd Grove. So this suburb, Kings Park, was actually named after Leslie King. Oh, by the way, turn right here. Okay, Leslie King is a former local pioneer during the early settlement. They donated one of his land to the community. The land is today King's Reserve in the area. So at the front, you see that? There's the Kororoit Creek Trail, but just be careful. The curb here is very sharp, so if you go fast, you're definitely going to fail. Alright, so now we are back to Kororoit Creek Trail. So this is the interrupted part. Before this used to be even bigger and split into 3 parts, but now they are trying to connect them, so make it a lot nicer, easy to connect. Okay, so this part is a bit more newly built. That's why you can see the dividing line in the middle. That's how you use the shape path. So now we are entering the suburb of Albionville. So suburb of Albionville is formerly part of the suburb of St. Albans. It was renamed into Albionville in around 1970s according to the contemporary street directories. You can see a lot of blind spots, so I have to be very careful. Don't go too fast, or else you will hit someone, or you will hit the tree, or even you drop into the creek. Okay, blind spot, turn, slow. So at the front there's a park known as Isabella Williams Memorial Reserve. I'll give you a short introduction. Of course, once we cross this park, we are leaving Albionville and into another suburb, Deer Park. So here I have to be careful. There's a slowing down gate. Now I'm located at Isabella Williams Memorial Reserve, located in the suburb of Deer Park. This reserve named after who? Isabella Williams. Who is she? So according to the history that I researched, Isabella Williams is a pioneer in the area. So she came from Tasmania firstly as a servant and then became a farmer and then became a mother of 12. So she passed away at around 1879. So this park was built and named in memory of her. So in this park in the middle, there's a basketball court, and then further down there's a shelter for barbecue, playground, sculpture here, giant one. So on this information board, it says this sculpture, known as Bifurcation, built by Damien Wick, a Melbourne-based artist, developed through a deep understanding of community needs and its own artistic vision. So next to this giant sculpture, on the right hand side of the sculpture, there's a gate here. That's where the exit to continue to Kororoit Creek Trail towards the south. So we're going to go through there and continue our journey on Kororoit Creek Trail towards the southeast. Let's go. So now going through this gate, continue on Kororoit Creek Trail. Alright, this suburb Deer Park was originally known as Kororoit Creek. It was originally named after the creek, Kororoit Creek. And then it was renamed into Deer Park after the deer park established by Melbourne Hunting Club for deer hunting activities. So be careful going downhill. Just slow, not too fast, just in case you hit someone. Then going uphill again. Going downhill again, slow down, not too fast. Or ring the bell so people know that you're coming. You see a lot of turning point, a lot of blind spot, a lot of people walking. Morning. Good morning. So at this trail actually a lot of rolling hill. So I recommend it's a good base fitness training route for beginner. If you're new to cycling and you would like to train up your base fitness, definitely this is a good place. Good path, good trail with a decent distance and rolling hill, a bit of small elevation gradient for you to challenge, so you can build up your base fitness. So once you reach the intersection at the right, at the front here, turn right, cross under Station Street. There's a water fountain here if you want to refill water. So now I'm going to go under Station Street, cross Station Street. We are entering the suburb of Cairnlea. So now we are in the suburb of Cairnlea. Okay, at the front there's a building, historical heritage listed building. So the area of Cairnlea originally used as a manufacturing for the Blackpowder. It was used to be part of the Albion explosive manufacturing factory, and this building, the Blackpowder mill, actually built in 1947, part of the manufacturer. The factory is no more to be seen, and this is the only remaining structure they still keep as a heritage listed building, the Blackpowder mill in Cairnlea. Here's some information as well. Albion explosive manufacturer. How's the area being built? You can see the whole area is the manufacturer, and we are here now, Blackpowder mill. So this is the one of the historical land spot that I introduced to you that you can find if you ride or walk around Kororoit Creek Trail. Let's go now, continue our journey. Let's go. So the name origin for Cairnlea is derived from a topography of two words, Cairn and Lea. So the word Cairn refers to the lava rocks found in this area to use to build rural fence during the early days, and Lea refers to the word meadow or grassland. Turn right here. So this part is a bit confusing as well, so make sure you know the direction, as it doesn't actually give you a very clear direction where you should go to connect and ride on Kororoit Creek Trail. So there's a bridge here, turn right. Morning. Morning. Okay, come to this point, the trail actually ended. You have to turn to the route. So now you have to ride on the route for another detour short detour to get back into Kororoit Creek Trail. Okay, the path start on the right hand side. Oh, I missed out. So turn in back to Kororoit Creek Trail. This road is Glenbrook Avenue. You just need to ride for a few meters. There is. Turn in here. Oh, blind spot, narrow, be careful. So now I reached the eastern end of Cairnlea. So at the front, this is the main road, the Parklea road. So Parklea road, also known as the original Western Highway, is roughly 15 kilometers route. Obviously, like its name, was built to connect Melbourne and Ballarat. It was the main route to use, one of the main routes to use during Gold Rush. It's just 15 kilometers. So turn left here. Okay. So at the front, the bridge is a freeway, one of the freeway in Melbourne, known as Western Ring Road or Metropolitan Ring Road. Roughly 38 kilometers, connecting between Leverton North and Greensboro. So crossing Parklea route now. And then we cross the ramp to get into Albion, and then turn right here into Kororoit Creek Trail. So this suburb Albion is Albion, not old deer, spelled as A-R-D-E-E-R, was actually named contrived from the neighboring suburb Deer Park. Deer. So this is the way, the location connected another path, the M80 Western Ring Road Trail. So this part is sharing between two trails. So going south now, following Kororoit Creek on my right hand side. This is another playground known as Moore Park. Moore, I don't know why Moore. Anyway, alright, came to this point. You have to make sure you don't do the wrong turn. Don't go straight. Go straight is to M80 Western Ring Road Trail. So you turn left here, continue as a Kororoit Creek Trail. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this Kororoit Creek that the trail named after and runs along. Kororoit Creek is around 52 kilometers long, flows from Mount Kororoit in Melton East all the way to Altona Coastal Park into Hobson Bay, located in Altona. It is one of the main creeks for water resources during the Aboriginal era. So people use here for hunting, water resources, and all the daily activities. So the word Kororoit is actually not an English word. It's actually derived from Aboriginal language. Means that creek in the Western Plain. Some theory also mentioned that it actually means the male kangaroo, the word Kororoit. So this is the creek on my right hand side, Kororoit Creek. One of the reasons this trail is very hilly is because the whole area is actually located on a volcano basalt plain. So all this land is actually built from the lava basalt eruption. Don't be surprised, there used to be volcano in Australia, especially in Melbourne. There's few mountains that you might know in western suburb or even outer western suburb actually formerly volcano cones like Mount Kororoit, Mount Cottrell, Calvi Hills, Mount Macedon. So come to this point, we join into Parklea Road shape path, and we actually enter the suburb of Albion. At the front, there's another intersection. Don't turn left. Turn left is to Parklea Road Trail. Now we turn right. Continue on Kororoit Creek Trail. So this suburb of Albion is actually originally known as Darlington. It was renamed into Albion after the ancient name of Great Britain. Okay, see the sign, slow down, sharp turn, blind spot, slow down, crossing. Thank you. So this is a Shelvin Park, another historical land spot. Gonna stop by and give you a brief history about what's significant about this area. It's a little known history even by the local. being forgotten. So behind me, this is Shelving Park, and opposite of the Shelving Park is the Kororoit Creek. So this Kororoit Creek, this area is a bit wider and deeper. So what is significant about this area? This area used to be known as Kororoit Creek Swimming Pool because this area used to be a public swimming area between 1920s and 1950s. During old days, that indoor swimming pool is not that common yet, and then it was abandoned and closed by the government due to a few tragic drowning incident, and then the river water being polluted by the chemical from the Albion explosive site. So they decided to close this area, not allow for swimming anymore. So of course, there's some information board here regarding this historical site. So if you're interested to know more, you can stop by and have a read. Alright, let's keep going. So passing Shelving Park is actually almost the halfway of the Kororoit Creek Trail. So now we continue south to the second half of the trail. Come to this point, forest road at the front. So you turn right here to cross safely under the bridge of Forest Road. Slow down because it's very narrow and sharp turn. Okay, so you can have a good view of the creek here. Okay, so now we are in the suburb of Sunshine. After we cross, now we turn right here to cross the Kororoit Creek. And once we cross this Kororoit Creek, we're actually in the suburb of Sunshine West. And immediately, a climb. So, suburb of Sunshine, Sunshine West, originally known as Braidwood Junction. It was renamed after the Sunshine Harvester Work, morning, established by Victor McKay during the old days. So, this Sunshine Harvester were also famous in one of the court case, the Harvester case, that end up and forced the employer in Australia to pay minimum wages to their labor. Yep, if you know a little bit history of Australia and workfare, this is all the court case related to the Sunshine Harvester work. So at the front, we're going to cross the creek again by using the bridge. Once we cross the bridge, we're entering back to the suburb of Sunshine. Okay. So now we are in Sunshine again. You can see still very narrow, a lot of obstruction. The weed actually grows into the path, so a bit dangerous. So now we are crossing under Glengala Road. Okay, on my left hand side, this is Anderson Road of Sunshine. Then you can see along the road there's a lot of information board like this. Actually, most of them they actually tell you the history of the Aboriginal, how they use this creek. So here, turn right, cross this bridge again, and then you're going to cross Kororoit Creek and get into the suburb of Sunshine West, and then you turn left here. Confusing, right? So just be careful. We'll end up go to Timbuktu. So now we are crossing under Wright Street. And then once you cross Wright Street, this is an intersection, turn left here. You see, there's no direction at all. Unless you're familiar or you got the map tell you where to go. Going up, slightly up. I guess roughly not much gradient. Most of this climb, majority don't cross 4%, maybe maximum until 6 in some point. So at the front, there's the school, the St. Peter's Catholic School. So there's an intersection in front of the park here. Go straight. Go through the car park. Continue on Kororoit Creek Trail. Watch down for the incoming cars. So we have to give way. Okay, alright. A lot of rolling hills. Whew. Morning. Okay, here very dangerous. Slow down because if you lost control, you jump into the creek. Okay, the creek just there. As the trail is actually located next to the creek, some parts is very low. So during the rainy days, this trail might be flooded. So just be careful, don't ride during rainy season. So come to this point, will be less pedestrian. As we are passing all the housing area, we get into the warehouse area. So all this area will be a bit quiet and a bit more rolling. Morning. You can see all the stone there. They are all the lava stone erupted from the volcano during old days. Here as well. Crossing Somerville Road now. You can see now we are in the valley warehouse area. All the containers. Okay, you can go slightly faster because less people and it's more on grassland, so less obstruction. Okay, come to this point, we're actually entering suburb of Leverton North. So Leverton and Leverton North was named after a former Leverton pastoral run established by Alfred Langholm in 1836. Look, woo. This part, nothing to see. It's like a wasteland. Or the grassland. We are not far from another trail connection, the Federation Trail. Came to this point. It's the connection of Federation Trail and also another historical landmark. Alright. Alright, now I'm standing in the intersection of Federation Trail and Kororoit Creek Trail. So we'll continue this way towards south. On my right hand side, this is the heritage listed main R4 Civil. It's one of the biggest civil engineering in the world at the time to build a civil to connect from Spotwood all the way to Verbi treatment plant. So they are covered here so you can't really see. At the front, you see the bridge there is actually aqueduct that transport the civil water across the Kororoit Creek. And this trail, Federation Trail, is one of the main trail in western suburb for the cyclists to ride between Geelong and Melbourne. It was built along the heritage listed R4 Civil in between Verbi River in Verbi and Millers Road in Brooklyn. So during old days, you're allowed to ride on freeway to go to Geelong. But slowly after days come to days, the traffic getting heavier and heavier. They changed one part of the freeway into urban, so which means that you're not allowed to ride on it. So they built this trail as an alternative path for the cyclists to travel from Melbourne to Geelong. And then you can get off from Verbi River and get back on Westgate Freeway all the way to Geelong. As after you pass Verbi River, it's actually considered as a rural freeway. Technically, you're still allowed to ride on the freeway. Of course, if you'd like to know more about Federation Trail, you can view one of my previous videos regarding Federation Trail. It's not very updated because some parts is actually being detoured and being rebuilt, but basically it still give you general information where to go, how to get on it, and what you to look for. So now let's go ahead a little bit and show you the aqueduct. So this red structure bridge is the aqueduct. There are three of the aqueduct actually built along the whole civil system in between Spotwood and Verbi treatment plant. So this is one of them. The other two, one of them is on Skeleton Creek. You can obviously see it when you ride on Skeleton Creek Trail. The last one will be at Verbi crossing Verbi River. That one is a bit hard to see unless you go deep under to the Verbi River Trail on the gravel part. So these are all the heritage listed civil. Continue this way is a Federation Trail all the way to Millers Road, and behind me is all the way to Verbi River. So we're going to go down here, continue on Kororoit Creek Trail all the way to Bruns Road. So now let's continue back on Kororoit Creek Trail. This part is a very sharp downhill and narrow, so just be careful. So this part is a newly upgraded part. It used to be gravel, so you can tell the floor is different. And now we are crossing under Princess Highway or Old Geelong Road. And then this is a historical heritage listed bluestone bridge. So this heritage listed bluestone bridge, it was built during 1870s, and this is a very old bridge that still remains at this spot. It was built to cross Kororoit Creek. What is this so significant? Because it is one of the earliest bridge that built to cross the creek in the area. It was replaced by this modern bridge, the Princess Highway Bridge, the Old Geelong Road. So this is another little known heritage listed landmark in the area, and now they're being refurbished and used as part of Kororoit Creek Trail. Anyway, once we cross Princess Bridge, we're actually in the suburb of Brooklyn. It's a suburb named after a former property in the area, Brooklyn Lodge, owned by James Cherry, the son of William Cherry, a pioneer landowner, used to own land of Altona and Brooklyn. So now we continue on Kororoit Creek Trail on this former bluestone bridge. So like what I say earlier as well, this part of Kororoit Creek Trail is actually newly upgraded, formerly as a gravel and unofficial trail for people to use. It's one of the former interrupted section of the Kororoit Creek Trail as well. So which means that during old days, Kororoit Creek Trail was actually split into 3 parts. Now it's connected this part. So the only part that interrupted now is on Burnside. So Kororoit Creek is on my right hand side, and now we are crossing under Princess Freeway. So this is Altona North, same like Altona and Altona Meadow. They were named after a German village, Altona, named by a young English pastoralist during the early days, Robert Reid. There's another theory actually mentioned that it also named by a coal miner in Altona, Frederick Tector. As Frederick Tector is a German and an English pastoralist, Robert Reid, although he's a English pastoralist, but he has a German ancestry. So this will be the last suburb that we're going to be finishing the trail. Nearly there. Sculpture. Not sure what sculpture is this. No hand. Okay, that's the intersection, the southeastern end of the trail. That's it. This is the end of the trail. So this is Barnes Road in Altona North. I'm actually completed exploring the whole Kororoit Creek Trail, right all the way from Caroline Springs to here. So apparently the creek doesn't stop, it's still floating all the way to Altona Coastal Park. It's a bit disappointed as the trail doesn't continue all the way to Altona Coastal Park. I believe they should actually extend the trail all the way to Altona Coastal Park. It's not far from here. This is just my suggestion. So this Kororoit Creek Trail is around 28 kilometers in between Caroline Springs. Start from Jamieson Link and come here on Barnes Road in Altona North. Of course, you can also do the other way. Start from here, go all the way to Jamieson Link in Caroline Springs. But the only thing is, going from this way is slightly harder because it's going slightly uphill. This trail gives you different of atmosphere because it's run through reserve area, parks, warehousing area, grassland, so you can actually feel different changes along the ride. And also it's very rolling hill. Like what I mentioned in the earlier of the video, it's actually a good trail in some point for you to gain your base fitness as a beginner because of the rolling session. But there's some few disadvantage of this trail as the trail is actually quite narrow in some part and a lot of sharp turning, so you have to be very careful, and also a lot of blind spots. So on the trail itself as well, there's a lot of user like pedestrian and cyclists. I was riding in the early morning, start from 7 o'clock, that's why you don't really see a lot of people. But I believe when the days go slightly later and later, there's more people walking on it. So this is the thing, you have to be careful. Don't ride too fast. Make sure you ring your bell, especially on the blind spot turning. Like what I say, you want to be safe, go home in one piece, and also you don't want to hurt anyone. Anyway, this is the whole trail introduction about this signature trail in Western Suburb. One of the most complicated. This is the Kororoit Creek Trail, runs along Kororoit Creek. That's it for this video. I hope you like it. Who am I? Clem from clemtravlog. I will see you next time. Bye bye.
It's finished. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to click the like, subscribe the channel, and share out. Leave a comment if you have any feedback for us. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Be respectful of others' enjoyment of this trail. Don't forget,